European Women Championship. Yes, we are live. The commentary has just started. Thanks for joining.
Patrick Guijarro, Aitana Bonmati and Alexia Putellas. Claudia Pina on the left-hand side, Mariona Caldenti on the right, and Esther Gonzalez will lead the line. It is the way Spain have been playing throughout this tournament. It is a pretty settled starting 11 for them. Does that help in major tournament football?
I think so. I think they've still rotated when they can. But the beauty of Spain is no matter the personnel on the pitch, the methodology stays the same, and I think that's a testament again to the style that they do play and the comfortability of knowing the quality they've got coming off the bench. But I definitely think it helps, especially in the latter stages of the tournament, coming through the quarters, semis, and if they do the final, finding your strongest 11 and knowing players that can come off the bench and add to any game.
So it is Paredes with the ball at the back for Spain, trying to start another attack. She moves it out to Badier. Lovely touch inside from Caldenti, gets it back, but that's good pressing from Kanak, and it is going to go out for a Spanish throw-in, although Caldenti was looking for the free kick. And it is, despite just having 4 minutes on the clock, 70% possession to Spain, which will, I think, be a blueprint. But this is where Germany are going to try and make things difficult. Lovely through ball to Hoffmann. Up against Badier, but she's shown good pace, the Spanish fullback. But this is where Germany are going to have to try and hurt Spain on the counter.
100%, and that was a perfectly way to execute it. It was just the way to pass was a little bit too far in front. Clara Bull, but it was lovely winning the ball back central of the pitch, and you know your white outside wingers, that's where your pace is. Find out where the space is. The space on that case was central, but just it was a little bit overhit for Clara Bull, but that's exactly what Germany need to do.
Guijarro with a lovely little ball through to Badier on the right hand side, looking for a little bit of support. She gets it now from Caldenti, the little yellow headband, as she just uses great feet to try and skip past a German defence. She's got the ball on the right hand side, now it's dropped back, and Spain just looking to build again. Guijarro with the ball midway between the halfway line and the edge of the penalty area, but good German pressure once again, and they win the ball back, and the Brits just looking for it over the top. It doesn't work out, but the ball long is going behind, and that will be a Berger goal kick. A little bit scrappy at times, but that will suit Germany.
A little bit, but it's just so key with what they do with the ball when they win it back. But you can always see 2v1 German players getting all the way back. Whether it's Clara Bull on the far side or Ket, she's working back to make sure that Caldenti or Pina on the opposite side, they're 2v1, so you've got to make it very difficult for the Spanish players to get balls in the box.
Berger going long, looking for Hoffmann, who does win the header, but there's nobody to flick it on to, so Carmona able to just pick it up, and Spain again in possession. They're such a patient side in possession, but with Esther Gonzalez, as nearly happened there, she made the run, and Paredes very nearly just went for the long ball over the top, which is something that Gonzalez gives this Spanish side now, should things get a little bit congested.
Yeah, and another one is Alexia Putellas. Her late runs have caught a lot of people off guard, especially in the early group games, and that's what's different about this Spanish side. They've actually been able to adapt their game a little bit and be more flexible. You can't be patient for 90 minutes of a game, you have to be able to switch it up, and that's what they have to be so aware of, Germany.
Lovely touch there from Bonmati to just flick it out from behind her and keep possession. Guijarro now has been so influential, thinks the ball, looking at think for the run down the right hand side of Badier, but it has been flagged offside anyway. And this midfield trio that Spain have, the Barcelona link, the intricate passing and the understanding that the three of them have together, it's so difficult to play against, but it's so delightful for us to watch.
Oh, it's amazing, and that kind of sums it up, that style of pass that Guijarro, a little dink. They just have everything in their locker that they have to play differently.
But now the ball's gone through, now Clara Bull has found the pace, and the shot across the face of goal just trickles wide. That was a real moment for Germany, the first glimpse of goal in this semi-final, and it's come for the Germans, it's come for Clara Bull, and just wide of that far post.
Well, that was Ann-Katrin Berger almost having an assist. We talked about her in the build-up, but what a ball that was. Again, going long, aiming for Hoffmann down the central, but overhits it. And who do you have in behind Clara Bull, ready for those flick-ons? Just really unfortunate, trying to get it across the goalkeeper, but overhitting it on across this near post. But really positive early signs for Germany, only in the 8 minutes, so those are the moments you have to hold on to.
It's going to be a test of Spain's discipline perhaps defensively, because that long ball is going to be on all evening. The space, when the fullbacks like to get forward like the Spanish ones do, they're not going to change their style, but they are going to have to be aware that that is a possibility.
100%, and I think, look, Steph said it on the build-up as well. Steph Houghton talked about the vulnerabilities of Spain and the lack of pace, and that's the prime example. Overhit ball, and Clara Bull's so effective with that. Eula Brand on this near side as well. Those wingers will be looking to pounce on those moments where Spain aren't quite there, or a little 1 yard off, 2 yards off. They're there, so Spain has to be very aware on the counter-attacks. We said it, whether it's Ankach-Berger or through the middle.
Beautiful ball from Guijarro to find Bonmati. Cross comes in, there's a little bit of confusion in the German defence. The clearance rebounds, but Kanak is there to clear it long for a Spain corner, midway between the halfway, Spain throw-in, sorry, midway between the halfway line and the edge of the box. But again, that was a glimpse of goal. Spain just not able to turn it into a clear-cut opportunity. 9 minutes on the clock, and the only clear-cut opportunity has come the way of Germany, but it is Spain dominating possession, winning the ball back again. Mendes moving it out to the right-hand side, inside again to Guijarro. Now Spain putting a foot on the ball, trying to calm down what has been quite a frantic start to this game. Germany ready to pounce at every opportunity. Pina goes down and wins a free kick on the left-hand touchline in front of the German technical area, and Christian Buch is not happy with that award.
No, he's not, and that's what you need from your manager in those moments. Just put the referee under a little bit of pressure if you need the game to slow down and draw a foul.
Carmona picking up the loose ball, and there's a tackle goes in for Vamser. She has to jump out the way of it, but keeps possession in the form of a throw, and the referee not giving a free kick or anything there. And this is the pace that Spain have when it comes to, it's the short distances rather than over a long distance, isn't it? The Spain are just so quick. Prost comes in, headed clear by Kanak, but it will be Paredes who picks it up, still inside the German half. Bathier, she's got Caldente outside her, Bonmati inside, but the flicked ball doesn't reach her. The loose ball, though, will be picked up by Paredes, now back inside her own half. It's that sharpness over a short distance Spain have that is just frightening sometimes. Speculative effort that from Patrick Guijarro from just inside the German half. I mean, it was going well wide, and Katzenberger didn't look in any way.
She didn't, no. My jaw was dropped though, waiting to see where it would land. And why not? Why not take a strike? Again, it's only 10, 11 minutes on the clock, so when you see a goalkeeper off your line, why not? I've seen them go in.
She was actually a little bit calmer than I was there. I don't know if it was closer than she thought it was when it bounced. It was probably about 6 yards wide, but
yeah, I think we need to be more like Berger. She should be, that phrase on that one. She looks super calm, but isn't she always? She never looks flustered.
Lovely ball, crossfield wide to Carmona, but she's cut it back looking for Pina, and it's gone straight to Brandt, who's just brushed off the challenge from Pina, now keeping hold of possession, but just too many Spanish bodies around her. It did fall though kindly to Sens, who's moved it out onto this left-hand side now. Germany trying to keep a bit of possession so that they can move some bodies out of their own half, and now it's on this right-hand side with Bamser over the halfway line looking for Brandt. The little challenge comes in for Carmona, but she's done really well, Brandt, to keep possession. Unfortunately, the pass for her just falling to a Spanish foot, and now Putellas will put her foot on the ball, and Spain will have the opportunity to try and put more pressure on Germany. But as much as Spain have had the ball in these opening 11-12 minutes, they are not the ones that have scored the first opportunity. That has fallen to Germany, albeit it was dragged wide.
It has, and that has been a threat from Germany, absolutely, but it's the patience for me from Spain. I've just seen Alexia Putellas there almost see the vision, see Caldente making the inside run on the far side. She opens up and tries to play, or sees it, but chooses to not, and that's Spain in a nutshell. They're not going to force it, they're going to be patient on the ball, they're going to pick and choose their moments, and that's what Germany have to be really, really aware of it. Even if they do have an opportunity, for them, this is about discipline, it's about mentality for us until the final whistle.
You know, we talk a lot about experience, and we talk about Germany's record in this tournament, and how that should mean that they know how to get through the semi-final. But when you look at their starting 11, 5 of them are making their major tournament debut here in Switzerland, and Sarah Dabritz, she's making her first start here in Switzerland, as is Sophia Kleinhörner at the back. So it's not really an experienced German side, which has possibly made their their mentality, the way they've got through all the things that have been thrown at them in this tournament, all the more impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. But I still think you have to give credit that the seniors and the leaders that have come before them, and they've sort of instilled the culture and instilled that mentality, because that's not changed for a very, very long time. And look, to lose Alexandra Popp last year, she obviously went into international retirement. She was a huge figure in German football and one of the best goal scorers in the European game. Of course, Gavin stepped up, so then to lose your current captain through injury, there's a lot this team has gone through, not to mention red cards. But you're right, I think how they've come back from it. I will always talk about the performance against France in that second half and how they got it all the way to the end and won through penalties. But you're right, it's definitely a young team, it's inexperienced, but do I think they have the quality and the potential to get to where they want to be? Yet whether we see it in this tournament, we'll find out after this game, but they still have so much potential for our group.
Yeah, certainly a team for the future as well. 5 players in the starting 11 tonight, 25 or under, and they are also on their 3rd head coach since the World Cup in 2023, so a lot of changes.
Yeah, and we're saying potential, and they're in the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're still doing incredibly well.
Exactly, they have certainly been able to defy a few, I'm sure, who maybe weren't talking about Germany in the same way they've been spoken about at these major tournaments before, with this slightly untested squad and under Christian Vuk, who took on the position after the 2024 Olympics, albeit they won bronze there, so it was an exceptional Olympics for them, beating Spain in that bronze medal match. And Katzenberger, perhaps unsurprisingly, if you watch the penalty shootouts against France, saved a penalty in that game right at the death to deny Alexia Putellas and to deny Spain an opportunity to take it to extra time. And it is now Germany looking to strike. Minga with the ball wide out to Clara Bou. You can hear the roar inside the stadium as Bou drives towards the penalty area. Shot blocked by Paredes. Falls to a Spanish foot, and Spain are able to try and get things clear. But every time Germany come forward, every time that direct ball is played, this stadium just lifts.
You're spot on. You can really hear the crowd roar when they see a ball played forward to Clara Bou or Hoffman down the middle. It's the pace. And you said it, you have to hold on to that. You know Spain are going to have the majority of the possession, but when they do win the ball centrally, they're trying to make the pitch as wide as possible. And that's Clara Bou. She starts on the far side and then draws her run inside. So effective.
Great vision from Patrick Haro, but she just throws her head and looks up to the sky because the flag goes up. She spotted the run of Caldente down that right-hand side, and it was a perfectly weighted ball. The flag went up very early. No, she was offside, quite a lot offside by the time the ball was played, but that vision from Patsy Haro is once again just going to keep Germany on their toes.
Yeah, and Germany actually do very well to hold their line there. They could have easily dropped with the attack of Caldente, and she's not known for those, channel runs and staying wide. She wants to come on the inside, Caldente, and link up with her other midfielders. That time just stays wide and looks for the channel run, but couldn't quite hold her line.
She does play a very different role for Spain than she certainly has done for Arsenal in the latter part of last season, where she was so effective in a more central midfield position. She now goes down under a challenge, which may result in the first yellow card of the game, or is it just a speaking to? No, it is a yellow card for Sarah de Brits, a high foot that just catches Caldente in the forehead area, so that the hugely experienced de Brits goes into the referee's book early on, 16 minutes on the clock, so she will have to walk a bit of a tightrope for the remainder of this game. But yeah, slightly different role for Caldente in this Spanish side compared to that more central position she's been playing at Arsenal.
Yeah, but I think that's the way Spain don't want to play. They want to bring their wingers on the inside, whether it's Pina on the left or Caldente on the right. Either leave them 1v1 or they'll come in and combine and let their fullbacks get up the pitch. You've got Ana Batello on the far side playing underneath Caldente. She'll want to get forward and join the attacks.
There's that ball again. Guijarro out to Caldente, just a little bit too much on it though, and it goes out of play. But it's incredible watching Spain when they're in possession. It's almost a front five that they have across the stretch across the pitch. There are so many attacking options.
Yeah, but I will say Germany are being very compact centrally, and that's the only pass they can find at the minute, is that wide one, either to Pina on this left-hand side or Caldenti. So they've definitely had the most amount of touches. I think Puteas, Bonmati, and definitely Esther through the middle will be disappointed with how often they've touched the ball in this opening sort of 15-20 minutes. So that's definitely key to German and how compact they've been centrally and letting the ball go wide. That's okay. It's okay to do that. But whenever a ball comes central, be physical.
Caldenti just hunting down at the back. Franziska Kettern winning a throw-in in Germany's defensive third, so Spain able to try and launch another attack from this right-hand side. Batty with the throw-in, and she finds Gonzalez, who's got two German players on her, and they've done very well to force Esther Gonzalez out wide, and the ball trickles out of play and Germany win possession back. And they are so strong defensively, their communication, the way that they hunt in packs defensively. I mean, you're a defender, Jen. It takes a huge amount of concentration and communication to do that, doesn't it?
Oh, I used to love it, especially as a centre back, when you can see the whole pitch and you can organise everyone. But it's picking and choosing. You can't collapse. That's the opposite of it. You know, when you're in a 4-5-1 especially, your tendency is to get deeper and deeper. You have to have the likes of Kanak in that back line really pushing your team up and getting pressure on, and that's why I think Hoffman is honestly so key as a lead line, because she has to be key at picking and choosing when to add pressure and when to get her team higher up the pitch. But you're right, I loved it as a centre back, communicating for 90 minutes and being, resilient in that sense.
Batty does really well against Keck to hold possession, finds Bonmati, and now it is Patrick Guijarro running forward into the area, tries to find Gonzalez, just a heavy touch from Gonzalez, and now she pulls back Eula Brandt before she can scamper clear, and now she's got a yellow card despite Spain number 9.
Well, you can just see on the replay there, Esther holding her back, both arms trying to grab her jersey back, but Eula Brandt, again, her defensive attributes, that's her winning the ball back on the edge of her own box for Germany, and that's a wide forward player getting all the way back, and knowing her defensive attributes, again, like they were against France, are going to be so key tonight.
Yeah, it was actually interesting listening to Christian Vuk talking about Eula Brandt in the press conference yesterday, talking about how she's becoming a complete player. She is still young, 22 years old, but talking about the defensive performance she put in when it was needed, and a mistake at the back, and that allowed Esther Gonzalez a snapshot. Germany looked like they had it all under control, a heavy touch, and Esther Gonzalez snapshot, which Berger has had to react really quickly to and force over the top of the crossbar for a Spanish corner. That came out of nothing, and that is what you cannot do against this Spanish side.
No, I think it's Vamster at right back, just gets caught high. Pina on this near side, great ball, whipped it in, overhits initially, but it's Esther there ready for the drop down. And what Berger, that's an unbelievable save from Berger, just gets a tip to it to tip it over the crossbar.
Huge save inside the first 20 minutes for Ann-Katrin Berger. Her heroics continue, and it is a first corner of the evening, and it is for Spain. Pina with her right arm raised, hitting it in from the left-hand side. She goes into the penalty area. It's headed on by a German head at the front post. I think it was Rebecca Knack. It's gone out for another corner on the opposite side. Spain piling pressure on, but it could have been avoided. It was a heavy touch. Franziska Kett actually coming in from left back. Heavy touch, and Gonzalez catches it cleanly, but what a save by Berger. So now the corner for Spain, other side. Will it be a similar delivery? Both arms raised this time. Still Pina on the corner kick duties, right-footed, and it goes long, deep towards the back post. Paredes is there, gets the header into the hands of Berger. A huge roar as Ann-Katrin Berger clutches that ball and now tries to launch an attack. Route one from Germany. Elisa Sens, though, not able to get on the end of that long pass from the goalkeeper, and that was a flurry of excitement for the Spanish supporters inside the stadium.
It was a deep cross, far stick. Hoffman just losing her marker for Paredes, and it was a clear header for her actually in the back post, but much more of a straightforward save for Berger. But you can just see they're ready to go in the counter-attack as soon as she gets the ball to go long.
And they have it again inside Spain's half. Hoffman's had to just hold it up, look for support, but the ball wide looking for the run of Eula Brandt was poor, and Caldenti able to nip in, and now Anya Batty is driving over the halfway line. She's got space in front of her. She's forced to slow up a little now, but she's got support on that right hand side. It has gone out though. the return pass from Gonzalez. Not quite the quality on it, it just went out of play. So Germany able to slow things down again with a throw-in inside their own half. And it is an incredible record that Germany have over Spain, although it is worth saying that this Spanish side over the last 3 years have really become a different animal in the women's game. But Germany, they've met Spain 8 times and they have never lost. They've won 5 of them. So certainly Germany on paper have the upper hand in this fixture, but this Spanish side take a lot of beating nowadays.
Oh, Spain are the favourites without a doubt. The quality that they have, you know, 2 Ballon d'Or winners, let alone in their midfield. It's the quality, the technical ability that they have. All kinds of passes.
And it's a long one from Paredes, looking for the run of Gonzalez, and Kanak had to be really sharp to get in ahead of the Spanish striker to deny her getting on the end of that pass. And we spoke a lot about Esther Gonzalez in the build-up to this game, and I just feel like she offers a different dimension to Spain because she has that ability to win the ball, to be a powerful number 9, a target, a focal point for them that perhaps they haven't always had in this Spanish side, where it's maybe been slightly more technical players who like to have the ball to feet. With Esther Gonzalez up there, you can go long.
Well, that's always been the argument. They've had a lot of high quality midfielders and everyone was kind of like, okay, but who's their number 9? And you've got Esther Gonzalez, always been part of the squad, but has come off the back of one of her best first half performances in the NWSL. First half by meaning the entire first half of the season, because they're obviously summer league in the States. But the difference with Esther, she runs in behind, she attacks the channel more, and she can drop in and combine. So it's kind of that finished product that we're most used to seeing over in England. But you're right, she can combine, and she's a great finisher. That's what she's added to her game at Gotham FC this year, scoring multiple goals for them, and in doing so in the Euros. But she's going to have more chances playing for Spain, because obviously she's got the best midfielders playing behind her.
Yeah, she's actually got more international goals of any European player this calendar year. 8 goals in her last 9 appearances, which is some going, because Spain have played some tough opposition in that. But she has certainly found a way to go, and it is Spain on this right-hand side with Caldenti, midway between the halfway line and Germany's penalty area, just trying to find a little opening. She gets a support from Putellas, who's back on the ball, and again Spain just looking to keep it at the moment, waiting for that moment to strike. Caldenti driving inside, she's got Pina, who's cut into a more central area. Nice little ball out to the right to Putellas, who just is able to keep it in. It wasn't quite perfect for Putellas to take it in her stride, but she drops it back. Guijarro is there, who rolls it forward and now clips it in towards Gonzalez. Headed clear, Kanak with the second header, but it's fallen to the edge of the box for Guijarro, and she's busy tonight as Patri Guijarro. Still Spain keep off hold of the ball, recycle it. Lovely touch inside from Paredes to Batty. It's flicked in, looking for Bonmati, but Caldenti, I think it is, or Guijarro has gone down under a challenge. It will be a Spain free kick around 25 yards out towards the right hand side, level with the right edge of the penalty area. An opportunity perhaps for Spain, but Patri Guijarro has been everywhere tonight so far.
Yeah, she has, and that's Minga just a little bit late on the tackle there, giving it in the central part of the pitch. But it's the speed of play that Spain are so clever and intelligent of when to step up and when to play a little bit slower. They dictate that, and you can just see them play 1 touch, 2 touch in the centre of the pitch, and it draws a foul. Just when you think you're getting close, you're not, because they can speed it up when they want.
Well, this is a real worry for Germany, because Rebecca Knack is down, and the medical staff are on to have a quick look at her, and that would be a real problem really if she was to go off, because she is the only left footer in the German back line, and we've spoken about how many problems this German back line has had with injuries and suspensions. They've had to make a couple of changes tonight. In fact, 3 of the changes from the quarter-final to the semi-final, the 3 changes came in the back line, so to have to make another one. Rebecca Knack has been the mainstay throughout this tournament in this German defensive line, the Manchester City defender, who incredibly is only making her 9th cap tonight. She only made her debut in February of this year.
Incredible. She was brought in by Christian Vuk in that left-centred centre-back area because he wanted a left footer, and I totally get it. That was my position, and I was right-footed, and you can be limited to an extent, so that's why he's brought her in. But she's done incredibly well for being, having not many caps. She's really stepped up. So they have had backline issues. They've had a lot of rotations, whether it's been Gavin getting injured in the first game, or Bombser receiving that red card, so they have had to make multiple changes, but fingers crossed she's okay. You can see them just testing her knee there and doing all the precautions they need to, but fingers crossed they can get her back on the pitch.
Yeah, she has been a really important part. She's just grimacing. We're getting a close-up of her getting some attention on her knee, and there is a real grimace from her there when they move it in a certain way. So she's off the field of play at the moment. Spain have this free kick, which Alexia Putellas looked like she was going to hit towards goal, goes short to Caldente, the ball in, bobbles around, but there is Berger's safe hands to clutch it before anybody can put too much of an effort towards her goal on it, as Rebecca Knack is now up on her feet, and it looks like she will be able to come on and to continue. Well, England await the winner of this semi-final in the final on Sunday. There will of course be full commentary of it on Sunday, 5 o'clock kickoff, with plenty of build-up across the weekend on Radio 5 Live, the Football Daily, and on BBC Sounds as Eula Brandt runs at Claudia Pina, cuts back inside, does well, gets past her, the ball inside, there is Dabritz, the ball inside to Hoffman, she's fresh-aired it right in the middle of the penalty area. What an opportunity for Hoffman, brilliant work down the right-hand side from Brandt and then from Dabritz, and the ball was perfect for Hoffman. She had space, she had to take it first time, but she's just completely missed it.
She did. It was great play from Eula Brand again, up against Pina, not your left back in that situation, but does really, really well in a 1v1 just to get the cutback, and finds Hoffman, but just gets it wrong. Doesn't get any connection whatsoever really, and doesn't put the goalkeeper under a threat. But again, a real positive sign for Germany. When they do get the ball higher up the pitch, they can be a threat.
And again, it's another clear sight of goal for Germany, while Spain come down again. Putellas into the area, nobody there. Pina, frustrated, slaps her thighs and looks at Putellas as Spain continue to try and pile the pressure on. Just reaching the 30-minute mark, still goalless here, but the two best opportunities of the night so far have fallen the way of Germany, albeit Berger did have to have a smart save to Esther Gonzalez snapshot in the centre of the area, but Germany winning it back and trying to launch another counter-attack, but the pass just not quite in line with Hoffman's run, and Spain able to pick it back up, and now it's with Bonmati, with Caldente on the right, beautifully works it past Kett on that right-hand side, but the pass inside does eventually, via a couple of ricochets, find Guijarro, but again it's lost, and again it's Germany coming forward, and again this stadium rises as Clara Bull drives forward. She's got support centrally, and now it's moved onto the right hand side for Wamser, who's looking for the ball in behind to Hoffman. She's through, she flicks it past Coy, but it's gone wide, and now the flag goes up. I did wonder if she might be offside. Beautiful ball though from Wamser, but Hoffman just getting ahead of Paredes, and the shot anyway, wide of the left-hand post.
Yeah, I feel like we had the perfect eye line for that one. It was right in front of us, could just see Hoffman. It was a great ball right in between the back line and the goalkeeper, but she was in. If she held her run that little bit longer, she was in. But it was a great switch from Germany, initially dragging Spain across the pitch, and then the ball right in centrally again.
Just every time Germany win the ball, they are turning, and their first opportunity and first thought is get the ball forward. And Giovanna Hoffman there with the chance, albeit the flag did go up to save Spain had that been on target. Katakoy out very quickly to narrow the angle for Hoffman, who herself a very late bloomer in this Germany side. She's 26 years old, but she only made her debut earlier this year, winning her 11th cap tonight. She already has 3 goals in a German shirt. She would love to add to that tonight as Kett goes down, feels a sore one on the far side under pressure from Caldente.
Yeah, Caldente just missing the ball there, and Kett coming in behind her, just drawing the foul there. Caldente's completely unintentional, eyes are on the ball, not trying to draw the foul whatsoever, but Kett just does well just to add a bit of pressure. But going back to Hoffman on that early one before, obviously it's a late flag, right? You have to wait for the linesman to put the flag up and really determine what the decision was. But in those moments you have to finish. She's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Even for confidence, if it does get called offside, put it in the net, beat the goalkeeper. But obviously just drags it wide, got the finish totally wrong. Tried to take it first touch with the outside of her right foot, be composed, take a touch, then find the back of the net. I know it was called offside, so there's no need to overthink it, but just for her confidence wise, you're not going to have many chances, and when you do get them, you have to put them away.
Yeah, well, she's been very industrious tonight so far, but that was a little glimpse of goal. Like you say, Jen, it might have done her confidence some good to just stick it past Coy and see it ripple the back of the net, even if it was chalked off, and Christian Vuk, who's given her debut and taken her to this major tournament, and where she's really grown over the games here in Switzerland. He says that she fits his striker profile almost 100%, and you can see why in the game against France and here so far tonight in these opening 33 minutes, you can see why he would say that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I thought she was so impressive against France, and I understand Germany's front three with Leah Schuler were called the triple threat, right? So I do get the threat that they have.
Spain just winning a free kick just around the halfway line. Claudia Pina just halted as she tried to move the ball out of Spain's half, and Ina Paredes just asking some questions of the referee. Adina Alves from Brazil is the woman in the middle this evening. Spain just take it short. Paredes inside the centre circle. She's got that option of Caldente again on the right hand side, but it was a really poor pass to her, and Caldente not able to keep it under control, but it was then put out of play. So Spain do keep possession with the throw-in just midway between the halfway line, the edge of the penalty area, and they come forward again. It's like a wave of red at times as Bonmati just tries to clip the ball in behind for Battier, and it's cleared again only as far as Spain, but that ball in looking for Putellas, who had a lot of space right in the centre of the penalty area, just not quite accurate enough for the Barcelona midfielder to add to her 3 goals at this tournament so far. She's had such an influential tournament, Alexia Putellas. 7 goal involvements, the highest of any player here in Switzerland, but she has never scored in the knockout stage of a major tournament. Again, an incredible statistic given how dominant we see these players at club and international level, but again a reminder that this is new territory in a lot of ways for this Spanish side, as good as they are.
Yeah, this is them coming to form. But we're seeing it firsthand. They still have so many different goal scorers in their team that they almost don't need, one player to be scoring multiple. But it's that style of play. I said it again. But it's watching Bonmati specifically. When she's got this pace in front of her, she'll run into it, or it's the first touch. When to know when to play 1 touch, when to play 2 touch. Their game intelligence.
Yeah, this time Guijarro goes long, looks for the run of Carmona, left edge of the penalty area. She's got Vamser for company, and she does really well. The German right back just dispossesses Carmona and is now able to feed Hoffmann, who's going long, but there is no run, there is no one forward. That is, Hoffmann is usually the furthest forward, so when she's deeper, not an option to go long.
Yeah, there's just a miscommunication there. You had Eula Brand going through the middle, and Hoffmann had peeled out to the right hand side, and Hoffmann wanted that run in behind. Eula Brand wanted it to feed.
Lovely ball in behind, just too much on it though for Gonzalez. Putellas trying to feed the striker, but Berger out quickly to latch onto the ball before Gonzalez could get it under her spell. Lovely little interplay again from Spain, just trying to release Gonzalez, and you feel, as much as it's not come off in these opening 36 minutes, you feel the longer that they are given the opportunity to put those little balls in, eventually one of them's going to click.
Yeah, they're definitely looked at playing that ball more as well. The little dinks in behind, trying to catch the German backline off guard, because they're so compact centrally. The space isn't there for Alexia Putellas and Bonmati to work in the small zones, because Menga's sitting right in front of the back 2 for Germany. The space is in behind, so I think we'll see more of those little dinks in behind the backline.
Bonmati now with a little bit of space inside the German half, has to spin away from the first challenge from Sens, but does so, and now it's moved onto this left hand side. Carmona just looking for options. She has it on the left touchline from Pina, under pressure though from Vamser, who again does really well, the young right back, and comes away with the ball despite there being 3 red shirts around her, and she's able to keep possession, just knock it back to Kleinerner, who goes back to Berger, and now Berger goes long. Hoffmann battling with Mendes, but it is Mendes who comes out on top. Putellas just looking to feed Gonzalez, it's taken a deflection, but Vamser is there to just clean things up, and it is offside against Gonzalez, so Germany will get the ball, and that's been, what a little spell that was for Carlotta Vamser. Back in the side tonight after that suspension she served, 21 years old. But she has not looked phased in these championships. she's had to come in and fill the shoes of the captain, Gwen.
No, she's a battler. She's so physical. When you see your captain go out, and that's what I love about these young players that we're seeing at the Euros. They're stepping up in big moments. And Vamsa's another one.
Lovely from Bull, left-hand side into the area, but too much on the ball. Looking for the run of Hoffman, but it's straight across goal. Easy for Katakoi to just come out and smother. But again, the stadium lifted by that direct running of Clara Bull. But now Spain with a crossfield pass. Claudia Pina in space if she can keep it in, which she does, and now Vamsa comes over to try and put some pressure on Pina, knocks it past her, Vamsa takes her out, and it is a free kick to Spain, right down near the left touchline, just near the corner flag. Claudia Pina just tries to get a bit of breath.
Oh, it's a lovely bit of skill though. Pina not just sprinting across the pitch to keep it in play, but then the nutmeg after that. Vamsa just getting caught square and going right through her legs, but that's the level of skill that these Spanish players have when they're left in 1v1 situations, which we've actually not seen much yet, because Germany have been so good at over-covering and getting them into 2v1, but the one time you're in a 1v1 situation you get nutmeg, so it's credit to Pina and the quality that she brought there.
She has shown real quality here in Switzerland, Claudia Pina. Again, one of the youngsters, 23 years old, but some of her goals, she's only scored 2, but they've been absolute belters, both of them, and she's now over this free kick. 6 minutes on the clock before the end of the 45. What a time this would be to score for Spain if they were to, because Germany have held them out well. They've not really had a clear sight of goal other than a Gonzalez snapshot which Berger forced over the top, but now Pina knocks it into the area, flicked on, and there was the dive of Paredes at the back post. It was just above her, though she wasn't able to direct it in. That was a dangerous delivery. I think it was Pateas who won it at the front post and just over the head of Paredes.
Yeah, what a ball that was. Absolutely whipped in front post from this left side. Alexia Pateas was there trying to get contact, but it's the Brits with the really good defensive header just covering that front post area. But great ball. Speed, whipped in front post.
Well, there are some interested spectators here in Zurich, because the winner of this semi-final will of course meet England in the final. And Arjen Vuring and members of England's technical team, they are here at the game watching on. What do you think they'll be thinking so far of what they've seen here, Jen?
They'll be thinking Germany have defended very well, and if they do play that against England, catch them on the counter.
Ball in, looking for Gonzalez. She's on the 6-yard line, spins, gets the shot away, but it's gone wide of Berger's post. And it will be another corner for Spain. Germany just must have got a foot in there to deny Gonzalez, but she does so well holding off the challenge of Kleinherner, but it was actually, I think it was Vamsa coming in from right back to just get that final touch. She's such a handful, Esther Gonzalez, and Spain win another corner. On the right hand side again, it's Claudia Pina who's charged with taking the set piece. Will no doubt be looking for Paredes, and it goes, and it's off the post. What a mess that was centrally. I'm not even sure who got the final touch there. It sort of seemed to just go into a clump of bodies and spun out the ball, hit the bottom of the post, and Germany survive. It's then fired over the top acrobatically by Gonzalez. So many bodies in there, and Germany survive another scare.
Yeah, it was a great ball delivery though, more aimed at the penalty spot. Header from Paredes just goes off the post, so it rebounds back centrally. And I think it's Esther trying to do an overhead kick, but Germany defend well in those moments. But again, another free header for Paredes. They have to be a little bit aware of that.
Yeah, it was a wicked delivery from Claudia Pina from the right hand side. Germany now winning a free kick. Caldenti, it's been a good battle between Caldenti and Kett over on the far side from us. This time it is Kett who wins the free kick. Caldenti a little bit too strong in the challenge. The long ball from Berger. Guijarro is there to win it, but Caldenti this time out-muscled, and Germany trying to get the ball forward quickly, which they aren't able to do. It is back now with Rebecca Knack, who looks to have recovered from that knee problem she had around 10 minutes ago, which is very positive from a German point of view. She's had a very strong European Championship showing, the Manchester City defender, as Jule Brandt tries into space in the centre of the pitch, but she is outnumbered, and Bonmati tries to go away with it. She's gone down under a challenge, but way on, says the referee, and now it's Clara Bull into the penalty area, trying to create the space for the shot, back heels it, but there is Patrick Ihara. Who else? She's covered every blade of grass here in Zurich, and she's able to clear the ball and move it out to Carmona on this left-hand side, as there's a few gestures of calm down from the Spanish side.
Yeah, well, you could hear the Spanish boos from not getting the foul that I think Bonmati thought she had drawn in right in the centre of the pitch, and all of a sudden ref doesn't give it, and you're 3v3 at the back, and again it's Clara Bull. She's been the main threat in this opening 45 minutes, but couldn't get the shot off. She got outnumbered eventually. Spain recovered very, very well.
Guijarro looking for the run of Batty. She crosses it into the area. There is Pateas, tries to get a foot in. It's fallen, edge of the box to Bonmati, but that's now Germany, and I think it's Clara Bull doing defensive duties right on the edge of the penalty area. Incredible work rate from the two wingers that Germany have. As technical and as good as they are going forward, they really do put in a shift defensively as well.
Yeah, it was two quick passes from Spain there, wide and then central. The cutback came, but it was Sensa recovering very well centrally for Germany, just to block Alexia Putellas getting any sort of chance on the edge of the box. Very well recovered from Germany, but again, that just shows Spain can speed up when they want.
The ball from Patrick Guijarro looking for the run of Pina, but it's headed out by Vamster, so Spain with the throw-in just on the level with Germany's penalty area. It's Guijarro clipping the ball in, looking for Gonzalez. She takes it down well, she drops it to Putellas, who goes across to Bonmati. Now the shot comes in from Caldente, and it's saved by Berger. Unselfish play from first Putellas, and then Bonmati. Caldente with the effort straight at the goalkeeper, and now Spain come forward again. Again it's Caldente. She's got support from Bonmati out to her right, tries to give it back to her teammate. She's now bundled over under pressure from Ket, but she's battled back as Bonmati, and now Caldente races clear into the penalty area on the right side, looking for the drop back to Putellas. Cut out, but it's fallen kindly for Guijarro, and now it's Carmona with the effort, high and wide. Lacking quality at the end, but Spain have upped the ante as we head towards the half-time break to try and get that goal.
Yeah, we know Olga can score from those areas. We saw her do it in the World Cup final, but it's more pressure from Spain, showing great composure across the box. It was always inside the 16-yard line. It was a pass square across for Alexia Putellas, but it just shows the composure they have. But they're almost trying to walk it into the net. I think they can take shots off quicker and put Berger under more pressure. They eventually got the shot away from Caldente, but I think they're trying to walk it into the net and play too many passes, especially inside the box. But again, Germany recovering very, very well.
So organised at the back, Germany, which is why it is goalless. We're into the one added minute before the half-time whistle will go, and it doesn't look like we're going to get a breakthrough before the interval, although the run from Batty was there, but Mendes has gone long, and Gonzalez into the area, left foot, great save again from Berger, and she's able to pick up the loose ball. That was from right back, right across the pitch to Gonzalez. Beautiful touch, left foot effort, but it is a brilliant save once again from Berger. And now Spain come forward again. Pina, she's got space into the area. She pushes it, I think, looking for the run of Gonzalez at the far post, but it's too close to Berger, who's able to lean on it. I mean, that was an opportunity for Pina to take a shot there. She looked for Gonzalez. Berger got in the way. She's got it in her hands. Two really good opportunities for Spain as the half-time whistle blows. We got some entertainment towards the end of that half, Jen, and you just felt like Spain had thought, no, we want to get a goal here, we want to get something to hang on to. They haven't, but do they, for you, looking stronger towards the end of that half?
For sure, their two best chances came right at the end of the half, and both totally different. One long ball for Esther coming in behind, but two chances, and I think they should have had two goals. There were the two times Germany have looked a little bit vulnerable, but two top chances for Spain, and I think they'd be a little bit disappointed they didn't take advantage of it. Loved the combination though, Berger smiling at Esther after once she'd saved from her. That's the Gotham teammates just giving each other a bit.
Absolutely. Well, we are no closer to finding out who will face England in the final on Sunday. At half-time here in Zurich, it is Germany 0, Spain 0.
Euro 2025, live from Zurich on the BBC World Service.
Guys, wow. What a match. Germany vs Spain, Women Euro Championship. Wow, what a tough match. Yes, guys.
Absolutely, just kept believing, kept pushing until the end. Socks off, so I'm just so proud of everyone.
Michelle Adjumang just talked to us about her 19 years old and she saved England again.
She's a superstar. I love her so much. She's an incredible human being and she really deserves these moments because she works so hard. She's so focused and driven and she's got an incredible instinct as a forward for where she needs to be in the box. She's always where the ball is landing and that's not something you can teach. And she's got incredible composure in front of goal. So she's absolutely someone we know that when we see her coming off the bench, we can rely on her to produce a moment like that. So really proud of her.
Michelle is of Ghanaian descent. Did you know that in Ghana her surname translates to Saviour of the Nation?
That could not be more perfect, could it? She is the saviour of the nation and has been the past 2 games. So, yeah, what a woman.
And for England, it's back-to-back Euros finals, 3 major consecutive tournament finals in a row. I mean, the success of this nation, how does it make you feel?
Really, really proud. That is no easy feat. Each tournament journey for us has been different trials and tribulations. This tournament we've had to have a few late moments of brilliance and thankfully it's got us through. So proud, and we'll make sure that we recover and prepare as well as we can for the final to hopefully do England proud again.
It's going to be a repeat of the 2022 Euros final or the 2023 World Cup final. Any preference?
No, I don't care who we get. I'm just so happy that we're there.
Yeah, will it be Germany or Spain in Sunday's final against the Lionesses? Commentary of that final on Sunday from 16 GMT on the BBC World Service. On Saturday evening from 20 GMT, we'll be live from Rabat for the final of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The hosts, Morocco, are into their 2nd consecutive final as they look to win the title for the very first time. They'll play Nigeria, who are chasing their 10th title. Nigeria left it late, but they beat South Africa with Michelle Alozie scoring in the 94th minute to secure a Super Falcons 2-1 win, whilst Morocco came from behind against Ghana to win the game 4-2 on penalties after it finished 1-1 in 120 minutes. So the hosts, it's another shot at claiming their first Women's Cup of Nations title. Let's get more on that challenge with BBC's Maz Faruqi.
What does a second successive final mean for Moroccan fans and Moroccan football? Let's bring in Jahain Jahouri, Moroccan sports journalist. Jahain, another final for Morocco at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, but they were pushed all the way by Ghana, weren't they?
Yeah, the game against Ghana was very tough, and even if we talk about penalty shootouts, when we were watching them, honestly, it was nerve-wracking because penalty shootouts are never easy to watch. But the last one was something else for us as Moroccan. Ghana really pushed Morocco to the limit. You could feel the tension in the stadium, and in every Moroccan house, every single person holding their breath were with each kick. And actually, what made it even more intense at the emotional weight of the moment, you had 2 teams fighting not just for place in the final, but for pride, for legacy, and for their countries as well. And as a journalist and as someone who has followed this team closely, it felt like time stood still. Let me tell you something. When that final penalty, for example, went in and Morocco secured the win, the whole place exploded as we watched the match together with colleagues. There was a pure joy, honestly. It was just, it wasn't just a football moment. It was a statement because women's football in Morocco has come a long way. And this was one of those nights we will remember for years.
And another final, do you think that this Moroccan team are better heading into this final in 2025 than they were heading into the final in 2022? Do you think they can go one better than they did in 2022?
Without a doubt, they are better now. Look, in 2022, it was magical, yes. But it was also the first time. Everything was new, the pressure, the spotlight, the expectations as well. Morocco was discovering its potential. But now they're coming into the final with experience, with maturity, and with clarity, I think. A lot of these players, were part of the World Cup squad. And that journey added a whole new layer to their game. They're more confident now, more composed also. They're not just a team full of talent, they're a team that knows how to manage big moments, and that could make all the difference in a final like a final in WAFCON.
And Nigeria are their opponents. How do you feel about Nigeria in the final? It's a team that, of course, Morocco beat in the semi-finals, getting to the final last time round.
Mm-hmm. Look, if I will talk about Morocco, that's one thing this Moroccan national team has shown throughout the tournament. It's resilience. They have had some defensive issues, that's true, like I've just said, but actually what's kept them alive in this competition is their incredible character. This team never gives up. They have come back into matches when it looked almost impossible, and that's not something you can teach. It comes from belief, from unity, and from the support they feel from the whole country. Mentally, Moroccan national team are tough. The Ghana game proved that, and we all watched this. But let's be honest, Nigeria is Nigeria. They are the most successful team in Africa for a reason. They have got experience, pace, power, and also players who know how to win. And that's important for a team, for a national team. So the main concern for me would be maintaining focus for the full 90 minutes or more. For me, Nigeria punishes mistakes, and you can't afford to switch off even for a second. Morocco has the tools, that's important, and now they just have to believe and rise the moment, because we all wait for the cup here in Morocco, honestly.
It is going to be a sensational match. Make sure you are here listening to the World Service, where we'll bring you live commentary of that game from 20 GMT. Very, very excited for that. Let's look at some men's transfer news, because we've had some big news this evening. English Premier League champions Liverpool have signed French forward Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt. That deal is for initial $92 million. It's been a very busy summer for Arne Slot's side. Ekitike scored 22 goals in 48 games in all competitions for Frankfurt last season, and he joins the likes of Florian Wirtz, defenders Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong as summer additions. Meanwhile, Marcus Rashford has signed for Barcelona on a season-long loan from Manchester United. He spent the second half of last season on loan at Aston Villa, and he's one of 5 players to tell United he wanted to leave this summer. He's been speaking to Barca's YouTube channel.
It's a unique club, so everything about the club is special. And of course, to wear this shirt is an honour, and I am ready to do my best for the club. For me, is about winning, and all my life growing up, and I've of course watched many Barcelona games, and the club is about winning. Of course, it's about enjoyment, to express yourself, and the players that have worn this shirt, they have all expressed themselves in their own way for the club. But ultimately, the club is built on winning, and I'm here to try and add to this history.
Yeah, it's a big move for Rashford, but why did Barca want to sign him? Let's hear it from Spanish football journalist Ernest Macia.
Rashford still holds pedigree, still holds some prestige, and I think that sometimes it's not about the quality of the footballer, but the chemistry that he is able to hold with a coach, with the teammates. We saw it with Aubameyang. Aubameyang came here in Barcelona and he did well. He finally didn't stay because Barcelona had other financial plans. You know that Barcelona has had some troubles having financial muscle in the last few seasons, but Aubameyang did well. So you never know. And he won't be a key player. He will be at least at the beginning a replacement for the wingers. So maybe it's a good scenario for him to develop and grow again and see the kind of footballer he is. And if we look at the past, we've seen players like Thierry Henry or David Villa, players who start on the wings and who normally tend to go to the center, which do well. So why not in Barcelona here?
Let me give you some other transfer news. Ireland international Evan Ferguson has joined Italian side Roma on a season-long loan from Brighton. And former Manchester United and England fullback Ashley Young has signed for Ipswich. The 40-year-old was released by Everton at the end of last season. Jonathan Milan has won stage 17 of cycling's Tour de France. The Italian rider avoided a crash, which included Biniam Gourmet of Eritrea to come home in a sprint finish. Leader Tadej Pogačar.
Yes, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching.